Good morning, y'all. Welcome back for another video. Today is Sunday, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm gonna try a new recipe. I want to make some waffles using homemade buttermilk because I'm out of buttermilk. But I looked up a recipe that consists of sour cream and milk to make buttermilk. So we're gonna give it a try. I never tried it like this before, but we're gonna give it a try and see how it comes out. So I want to use almost 3 cups of sour cream. Oh my goodness, I just got sour cream all over my phone. Hold on. Okay. But yeah, we're going to use close to 3 cups. This is 14 ounces in this pack. And then I just put 8 ounces in. So we're going to use all of this. And I hope y'all can hear me well. I just woke up not too long ago. The kids are still asleep. We had a late night, so I'm trying to hurry up and get these waffles made before they wake up. Okay, so that's all of our sour cream. And now I'm gonna add about 1 cup of milk. Let me put this in the garbage. All right, so I'm gonna do about 1 cup of milk. And then we're gonna whisk it together, and that is it, y'all. That is the 2 ingredients to give us some homemade buttermilk. So I'm gonna put about half of it and whisk this together. Hey y'all, welcome in. Good morning. Do me a favor, make sure y'all like the live. This morning we're cooking waffles, making some homemade buttermilk, using sour cream and milk. Okay, so just trying to break it up to loosen it up. I'm gonna add some more milk now. Let me know in the chat where y'all watching from. And have you guys ever tried to make homemade buttermilk before? This is my first time. I will probably add a little bit more milk because it's still a bit thick. So I didn't quite put a cup of milk, so I'm just gonna add a little bit. About that much. And then we'll see how it goes. We'll add a little bit at a time until we get the consistency we're looking for. Let me get a spoon really quick. So it's still kind of creamy. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more. This is the thing with cooking from scratch. You add a little bit at a time so you don't go overboard. So add about that much. Okay, this should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Sorry if that was loud, using these glass bowls on the counter. Let me see. Okay. So that's the consistency that I'm gonna go with. And it's ready to use like this. Now, I did see some people added like a little bit of vinegar. You can use apple cider or white vinegar from what I'm seeing on like TikTok. So if you want to add vinegar to yours, you can. I'm just going to go with these two simple ingredients, sour cream and milk, and call it a day. And once I try the waffles, if it's like not a taste that, if it's not giving that buttermilk taste, then I know next time to add some vinegar. All right, so I'm gonna set this to the side, and then we're gonna start working on our dry mix. Let me back y'all up a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna start working on our dry mix. I'm actually trying to make a large batch of waffles so I can meal prep for the week for my kids for breakfast. So, flour. I made some homemade syrup a few days ago, so I have some syrup in a container sitting on the stove to kind of warm up to room temperature because it's been in the refrigerator. And this bag of flour is almost empty, so bear with me. I have to open another bag. Hello, welcome in, Night. How are you? All right, so now I want to add in some sugar. Okay, next I'm gonna add in some salt. Okay, next we're gonna add in baking powder. Baking powder is what gives the waffles the puff, so you kind of want some thick waffles. All right. And then baking soda, we're just gonna do a little bit of that. Okay. Let me get this stuff, y'all. Now, I do like my waffles to have a little crisp to them, so I'm gonna add in a little cornstarch as well. And then lastly, for the dry ingredients, I'm gonna add in some malted milk. And what this does, it just gives the waffles like a diner flavor, like, you know, you're in a restaurant, the restaurant waffles. So I'm gonna use a little malted milk. Give me a second, I need to open it up. I also hear this is what gives it like the Waffle House flavor, so we trying something new, y'all. I don't mind trying new recipes at all because I might like it. All right, let me clean my whisk up because I do need my whisk again. Drying it off real quick. All right, so we're gonna whisk all this together and then we're gonna set it to the side and we'll start on our wet ingredients. I'm looking at a bird sitting outside on my strawberry container. I don't have any strawberries on it yet, but I need to put some out there to keep the birds away. Because when my fruit does come, I don't want the birds out there eating my fruit up. All right, so that should be pretty well mixed. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this to the side. And now we can start on our wet ingredients. All right, so we're gonna need about 3.5 cups of the buttermilk we just made. So let me see. I hope I can pour this without making a huge mess. One. I hope I made enough. Two. Three. Get my spatula, y'all, so I can brush the bowl down. It's about a 1/2 cup, but we're gonna measure it. Yep, I made exactly enough, huh? So I'm just gonna brush all of this out because we don't waste anything over here. Okay. Then we're gonna need 4 eggs. Let me grab the eggs. I'm gonna crack them in a separate bowl so I don't get any eggshells in here. Uh-oh, see? That's exactly why I cracked them in another bowl. Wash my hands off. All right. So we got our buttermilk, we got our eggs. What else do we need? Vanilla. Two teaspoons. All right, y'all, let me just look at my recipe real quick to make sure I added everything in. My butter, I forgot my melted butter, which is on the stove because I melted it in a pot. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and whisk this together with the eggs, and then we'll add in the butter. right, let me grab the butter off the stove. And this is 1 cup of butter, y'all. All right, so that is our wet mix. So now what we're gonna do is just slowly pour it in with the dry mix until we get our batter completed. So put about half of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of it in. Y'all, I hope these waffles turn out good. I won't hear the last of it if they don't. And my kids been asking me for waffles, but I'm always the one that want to try a new recipe. All right, let's mix it all together, y'all, and then we can start making our waffles. I do have some blueberries and some chocolate chips that I could add in, but I'm gonna make a few regular first, and then we may add in some blueberries or chocolate chip. Now I know the dough is supposed to be, or the batter is supposed to be a little lumpy, but this is a little thick than I would like for it to be. So I do have a little buttermilk in the refrigerator. It's just a little dab. Literally probably like 1/4 of a cup. So I'm gonna add that in. And that's it. Now that's a lot better. Do y'all make homemade waffles? Have you tried? Do you prefer homemade or store-bought? Yeah, this is perfect. Perfect consistency. Okay, slide that out the way. Clean up my little mess, and then we can start cooking. Try to slide this waffle maker down here. It is extremely hot. One second, y'all. All right, so I'm just gonna take a stick of butter and rub it over. Same for the top, just a little bit though. And now, here we go with our first waffle. And do one more scoop, small scoop. All right, so we'll let it cook for a few minutes, y'all. If you have any questions, let me know down in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for me. I'm gonna grab a plate to put these waffles on. I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. My plans is to cook breakfast and clean up the kitchen and relax for a little while. I got all my laundry did yesterday, so that is done. I do want to go out in the garden for a little while, but I'll probably do that later this afternoon. So already it smells like a Waffle House waffle. That's the goal I'm trying to achieve. So we'll see. It smells so good. And I have my syrup. Let me back up a little bit. I got some homemade syrup that I made. And that's just butter that's sitting on the top. I have it on the stove warming up. And you can warm it in like hot water. I just turn turn the oven on broil and just sit it on top of the stove and it'll warm up that way. I'm gonna peep at the waffle, y'all. Looking good. Let me grab a spatula. And I like my waffles kind of crunchy, but you know, like crunchy edges, but soft in the middle. So that's what we're going for. So I'm gonna give it a few more seconds, y'all. And then we'll take the first one out and then we'll assess if we need to go a little bit longer or if it came out just right. And we'll even take a little taste test. I probably will not put any blueberries or chocolate today. I'm gonna just keep it simple and just make regular buttermilk waffles. That smells so good. So I think I want to let it go a little bit longer. Yeah, a little bit longer. Hopefully I can get all of these done before the kids get up. It's already 10:30, but we were up to almost 2 o'clock this morning watching movies. So I'm gonna let them sleep in today. I should have set a timer for about 5 minutes because I don't know how long. I don't know how long this waffle been in here now. What y'all think? I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. It's so hot, y'all. Gee. It probably could have stayed like a few more minutes. But we're gonna set a timer this time. Put a little butter, top and the bottom. Alexa, set a timer for 5.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Goodness. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them, then plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds.
It's 10:41, so 10:46, we'll check on it.
Plug in the Echo device.
I forgot I disconnected the internet from the Echo Dot yesterday because we were having a lag in our internet. So I had to take some devices off, and that was one of them. And the app that I use to control that is on the phone that I'm using to stream to you guys. So it'll be okay. We'll give it 5 minutes and then we'll check on it. I'm gonna slide it back a little bit. This is our first waffle. Yes, definitely giving buttermilk waffle. And it's good, y'all. It is a little softer than I would like for it to be. I like it to have like a little crunch with the soft inside. So, but it is definitely good. I think I did good. So I will definitely be adding this recipe onto the blog over at simplysherry.com. Link is in the description on my channel. So if you guys want this recipe for some homemade Waffle House inspired waffles, I don't know if y'all hear me smacking in the background, but they are good, y'all. So I'm gonna upload this one to the blog probably this evening by 5 p.m. So if y'all want the recipe, it'll be on there. I got one more bite left. Perfect, y'all. I wouldn't lie to you. It's so good. And what I do, I just cut these. I put them on a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet and sit them in the freezer. I let them freeze overnight, and then I put them in Ziploc bags. And then when I warm them up for breakfast for the kids, I just put them in the oven for a few minutes to let them warm up, and they're done. Good way to meal prep. So we got about 2 minutes left. Let's take a peek, y'all. I didn't put enough batter in that one, but it's okay. It's okay. It don't have to be perfect. As long as it tastes good, it's all right. We don't have to worry about what it look like. It's the taste that matters the most. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed making waffles with me this morning. My plans right now are to continue to go live once a week on the channel, preferably on a Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. As y'all know, I work through the week, so working, homeschooling, school is almost over with. Thank goodness for that. And I have a little extra time, but it's a lot when you have to do it all: work, homeschool, household duties, deal with emotional beings. Because my kids, I have two little boys, and they just at each other neck every day. So yeah, I'll have a few extra hours throughout the day once school lets out next month. I'm still deciding on if I want to let him go back to um, a brick and mortar school. He's been homeschooled from kindergarten to second grade, and he'll be going to third grade. So I'm debating. So it's been 5 minutes, y'all. This one is a little, it's actually about the same color. So let's do, yeah, it's still kind of soft. So let's do 2 more minutes on it. So we'll give it to like 10:48, 10:49. And I'll go ahead and knock the rest of these out and get our eggs, because I'm going to make eggs and bacon as well for breakfast this morning. And if the kids aren't up by then, I'm going to go ahead and wake them up because it's already about to be 11 o'clock. we don't stay up, you know, till 2 o'clock in the morning often. So it was just one of those nights. We was just chilling, watching movies. So I'm gonna let them sleep in today. But if they're not done by the time I get done cooking, it's time to rise and shine. Get this day started. Let them burn off some energy outside. So that way by tonight, they'll go to bed on time. This little bird is back in my yard. He's like right here by my strawberry plant. All right, so 10:48. Now that is definitely a little darker and it's a little harder in texture. So that was about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. And that's all it is to it, y'all. So I'm just gonna make the rest of these waffles up real quick. If y'all want me to stay live, I will. But I mean, this is really it. That's all I'm doing now. Just cooking the waffles. I'm gonna do 3 scoops for each one. And again, it doesn't have to be a perfect waffle. I'm not a restaurant owner. I'm just cooking for my kids and myself. So I'm gonna put a little poll up here, y'all. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to stay while I cook the rest of the waffles. And I'll give y'all about 5 minutes to answer that poll. And if not, then I will catch you guys on the next one. Because really, I just feel like chilling. I don't really feel like doing a whole lot of talking today. I want today to be about relaxation. I think I want to try to make some homemade vanilla extract. I've been trying to look up a few places to see where I can get some vanilla beans from for a good price. Amazon is really expensive. I found a couple of suppliers online, and then I saw a couple of suppliers on TikTok as well. Online and TikTok had the lowest prices. The thing about online is like, I don't know these companies. I don't know if they're reputable or not. So I'm trying to shop with someone who has like customer review ratings. I'll feel more secure if I make a purchase with a company that, you know, has ratings. So, but yeah, I think I want to give that a try too. Learning how to make homemade vanilla extract. I really been on this road, y'all, where I've been trying to make everything from scratch. Like everything that I can. So we're gonna let this one go until about 10:56. We'll check on it at that point. And then that'll probably be it for me, guys. I'm gonna make a reel, a short later, not a reel, a short, um, with the final breakfast meal. I'm gonna put the recipe on the blog around 5 o'clock today. Thank y'all for liking the live. Make sure you share it out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I probably should have put like a little bit more cornstarch, but it's still okay. Like I said, the taste is perfect. All right, so about 3 more minutes. Now, if you like soft and fluffy waffles, now is the perfect time to take it out after like 4 minutes. And also depending on how high you have your heat on your waffle iron. I have mine like in between the middle, between minimum and maximum heat, because it doesn't have a temperature gauge on there. So I just have it in the middle. Another way you can realize that it's done is it'll stop steaming as well. So if you don't see any more steam coming from the waffle iron, it's done. And mine right now just has a little bit coming out on this side. I know y'all probably can't see it, but yeah. Give it 2 more minutes. Check my syrup again. All the butter that was on top has melted, so it's ready. So I'm just gonna fry up some bacon and eggs and call it a day, y'all. I'm gonna put a little bit more on there. All right, guys, so that is it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. And again, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. And make sure you have those notifications on so you know when I go live and post a new video. Have a good day.